الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ به تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وعنده مفاتح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو ويعلم ما في البر والبحر وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها ولا حبة في ظلمات الأرض ولا رطب ولا يابس إلا في كتاب مبين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك الحق الإله الواحد الأحد الفرد الصمد. وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وأسوتنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صفيه من خلقه وحبيبه أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله فبلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغم وجاهد في سبيل هذا الدين حتى أتاه اليقين. ربنا فاجزه عنا وعن والدينا وعن الإسلام والمسلمين خير ما جزيت به نبيا عن أمته ورسولا عن قومه. اللهم أحينا على سنته وأمتنا على ملته ولا تفرق بيننا وبينه يوم القيامة حتى تدخلنا مدخله كما آمنا به ولم نره برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وبعد عباد الله إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تبارك وتعالى وإن خير الهدي هدي سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. الله تبارك وتعالى يقول في كتابه العزيز يريد الله ليبين لكم ويهديكم سنن الذين من قبلكم ويتوب عليكم والله عزيز حكيم. والله يريد أن يتوب عليكم ويريد الذين يتبعون الشهوات أن تميلوا ميلا عظيما. يريد الله أن يخفف عنكم وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا. In these three wonderful ayat of Surah An-Nisa, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, Allah wants but to manifest to you the clear way and show you the right direction to find your salvation and guide you to those who came before you and found their way to Allah. ويهديكم سنن الذين من قبل ويتوب عليكم, and to forgive you and give you the road of tawbah and salah. And He is the most wise, the most almighty. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, then He says, يريد الله, Allah wants to give you salvation, and those who follow their desires and their whims in this dunya only after fulfilling their own desires, dunya desires, they want to see you deviate and go away from the road of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala greatly, maylan azima. And then Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, يريد الله, He says, يريد الله أن يخفف عنكم. Allah wants to make things easier on you. وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا. Man was created weak, Allah reports. So my dear brothers and sisters, when we see the things that Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala does to us throughout our lives in general, but in the last few weeks, for example, especially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has extended our lives and gave us that blessing to live through Ramadan, to live when Ramadan comes, to be there when Ramadan is there, and to be there to celebrate the end of Ramadan. And that's a great blessing, to be there, to be alive, and to be there as a Muslim, not somebody who denies it, and to be there as somebody who practices Islam, not somebody whose name is Muhammad or so and Abdurrahman, but he doesn't. And Allah wa ta'ala empowered you and give you the desire to fast and pray and worship. All that count. It's uncountable. Too many blessings Allah wa ta'ala has given us in these last few weeks. The reason Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala throws on our ways of coming close and connecting and worshiping Him is because He saves us. He wants us to acquire and reach and have in our hearts that taqwa. Allah, God's consciousness, that consciousness that keeps you aware of Allah's presence in your life, in everything you say and everything you do, everything you don't say and everything you don't do. Taqwa. Why Allah wants to give us taqwa? Because there is no Jannah without taqwa. تلك الجنة التي نورث من عبادنا من كان تقيا. It's clear in the ayah that nobody enters Jannah except people who have taqwa in their heart. وإن منكم إلا واردها كان على ربك حتما مقضيا ثم ننجي الذين اتقوا. Nobody is saved from fire except those who have taqwa. Therefore, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants what best for us, He wants us to have taqwa, and therefore He says, يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. I have prescribed all forms of worship, of ibadah for you so that you may acquire that ladder, that salvation, that ticket to Jannah, taqwa. But then Ramadan was specially mentioned in that context, that it is a way to acquire taqwa, especially. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. It's only one form of ibadah that is mentioned, that it is a hope if you do. It's an accelerated path to taqwa. That's why it's a fast way to achieve taqwa, because you intensively have a form of worship during the day and the night. Every second of the day you're fasting, every second, and between every 2 seconds you're in a form of worship. At night you're praying. Every time you get a chance, you get the Quran out, you try to finish your khatma. Every time you get a chance to give sadaqah, you give. You lower your gaze. You stop from saying what's supposed not to say, what's haram. You start protecting your eyes and ears from what's not supposed to look at or to listen to. Consistent, a ladder, a fast track to achieving taqwa for Jannah, for salvation. So now that we said that, let's look back and see how did we do? Did we achieve that? And if not to the full extent, did I get to it to my full potential? And if not, did I do my best? Did I become a better person? Because what you are, what am I, is what's in my heart. It determines what I do every day and what I don't. It's in the heart. It's what's in the heart. It's what motivates you to do ibadah, to do good. If you have that level of faith in your heart that drives you, motivates you to do it. And it is that faith in the heart that stops you from committing the haram and falling for sins. So have we fixed our heart in Ramadan that even though we're a few days after Ramadan, we're still lowering our gazes? We're still not saying what we're not supposed to say? Are we still trying to give sadaqah as much as we can? Are we keeping the Quran dusted off, or is the dust coming back to it? Are we keeping our 5 prayers? These are questions we have to ask us about what we're at right now. Because, like I said in one khutbah here before, if you continue to do what you're supposed to do, then you've benefited from Ramadan. And if you didn't, then you didn't. And the reason that we have to ask ourselves that, because Ramadan was not for the 30 days, Ramadan for the rest of the year. Like Prophet Muhammad was not for himself, he was for the rest of humanities. Every special thing in this world is not for itself. Special spot on earth, it's not for that spot of earth. Mecca is not for Meccans. Mecca is for everybody to go worship Allah. The Prophet ﷺ for the rest, he's for the rest of humanities. Ramadan is for the rest of the year. Ramadan is not for the 30 years alone. Ramadan is a boot camp so that you start the rest of the year with heads up, hitting the ground running. You're starting the year of 12 months with this one first month. I think of Ramadan as the first month of the year, because with it, I get this potential. I get this initial power, initial speed to get ahead and stay on the track. Ramadan comes and goes, but we can take it with us to the rest of the year. You don't have to let go of Ramadan. It is who decides whether we are in a form of worship or not, regardless of the time of the year. Finding yourself declining in ibadah is becoming like you are your own witness that this is your own choice. You're choosing to turn away from Allah if you decline ibadah. How is that true? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aqama alayna al-hujjah, made us our own witnesses upon ourselves. You're capable of fasting almost every day, or every day in Ramadan. But if you can't fast every day for a whole month, you can fast 1 day a week, you can fast 3 days a month. You are your own witness. You did it. You were able to do it. And then to say, now I can't, who you're lying to. Allah has shown you yourself praying 5 times a day in time and doing extra rak'at is like probably 17 a day. Now it's hard for you to do the 2 rak'ah before Fajr, the 2 rak'ah after Maghrib. It's becoming hard. But you are your own witness that you are capable of doing the 5 fard in time and doing extras, a lot of it. You are your own witness that most of us were able to read the entire Quran through the whole month. And now you cannot read 1 page a day? Is that you cannot, or this is your choice? Is that you really cannot, or you're choosing not to? Be fair with yourself and ask yourself the question: am I choosing to turn away from what I've accustomed to during Ramadan? And if you are turning away, then yes, it is your choice. It's going to be a little harder, though you're not asking, so you're not asked to be fast every day, or you're not asking to do Taraweeh or Qiyam every day, and you're not asked to read as much and to do Sadaqah and Dhikr as much. Do as much as you can, just don't turn away. Because, my dear brothers and sisters, turning away is a sign that fasting was only like hunger and thirst for you. Like the Imam said, علامة قبول العمل أن يوفق العبد إلى عمل صالح بعد. It's a sign that that ibadah is being accepted, that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala guides your hearts, give you the motivation and the energy and the capability to do another one. Fast the 6 days. Keep the 5 times prayers in time. Keep some of the nawafil. Keep doing a little bit of sadaqah. Keep reading a little bit of Quran every day. If you cannot, Sunnah is to finish Ramadan, to finish the Quran every day, every month, and throughout the whole year, not only in Ramadan. But if you can't do it in 2 months, do it in 3 months, but don't do it because according to Prophet ﷺ, if you read the whole Quran in more than 3 months, then you're considered amongst those who abandoned the Quran. So we can't stop, my dear brothers and sisters. Stopping is wasting the good work that we did, the foundations. It would be a shame to lay down so much wonderful foundation and then walk away from it and let it be corrupt or let it be a house for the insects or for the birds or for anything else other than you building on top of these foundations. You establish the foundation of Iman in Ramadan, drag it along, elongate it, take it with you. Don't let it fall. Don't drop the ball. Keep going in it because the question is that boils down to what is our investment? What are we investing our life in? You're either investing it in dunya or you're investing it in akhirah. The parable of this is you're in the house. It's nice, kind of comfortable, so much fun in it, entertaining, have friends around and neighbors. But the house is going down. إذا الشمس كورت وإذا الكواكب انتثرت وإذا البحار فجرت وإذا القبور بعثرت is going to be destroyed. Earth and heaven, all of it. Mountains are going to collapse. The oceans are going to burn. The sky is going to fall apart. This house is not staying. You're going to either leave it or it's going to leave you. One of the two. But we, nevertheless, are investing most of our abilities, our energies, our income in the collapsing house and forgetting about the house that we're moving to. The akhirah. We are moving out of here. Sooner or later, if you don't realize that, wake up. The Prophet ﷺ says, النَّاسُ نِيَامٌ فَإِذَا مَاتُوا انْتَبَهُوا. People are asleep when they die. They wake up. They become conscious. They get alert. So get alert now before it's too late. You get alert after you're gone. Get alert now and wake up now and work according to the plan of this earth. If you keep investing in the house that everybody knows that is collapsing and you're leaving it, even if it before it collapses, and you have another house, another opportunity that is available for you in a different place, an eternal, a house that you don't have to ever move out of it anymore again, and you just keep investing on the house that is falling. How smart is that? Probably not smart. Not very much. But dear brothers and sisters, take the potential and take the speed and take the energy that you draw from Ramadan. Take that level of taqwa that you've accomplished in your heart, because you have accomplished a good level of taqwa, fasting Ramadan and praying and doing the Quran and the sadaqah. You have. Even if you don't feel it, even if you accuse yourself that you didn't, it's there. And if you stop doing the things that brought up this level of taqwa, it's going to go away too. You've been watering this plant, and plant is nice now and ready to give fruit and give flowers, but then the time is over. What happened to the plant? You stop watering it and you're not exposing it to the sun anymore. It dies. So think of this taqwa that you've planted in your heart as something so precious, and the way to keep it is to keep doing what brought it about. What did bring it about? Amal as-salihat. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always say in the Quran. Taqwa wal amal as-salih. Inna alladhina amanu wa amalu as-salihat. always in the Quran. They are like two racing horses, one get ahead of another at a time. If you have more taqwa, you have more amal salih. If you have more amal salih, you have taqwa. If one of them stop growing, the other one stops happening. So we have the way we take Ramadan with us is to continue doing what we did and to continue refraining from haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aqam alayka al-hujjah. You were not only able to do the 5 times in prayers in time, you were not only able to do a lot of extra prayers, read the Quran, you were not only able to refrain from saying what's haram and look at at what is haram, you were able to refrain from otherwise is halal, food and drink. You were able to stop yourself from doing what is otherwise an obligation, because as a human being, as a Muslim, you're obligated to sustain your life, to eat and drink. It's a fard. But you're able to refrain from it for many hours with it needs a lot of patience and courage and struggle. You were able to do it. And now you're not able to stop from ghaiba and namima and looking at haram? It's your choice. It means that you choose to do the haram because you were able to refrain. And it was easy. It's not going to be easy because shaitan is out and dunya like is behind your back whipping you. But you still can draw on what you've built in Ramadan and go forward with it and keep that connection with Allah. Don't cut it off. Don't turn away, my dear brothers and sisters. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وبعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters, the message is clear. And if Ramadan is come and gone, Allah is still there. Who said that the dua is only accepted in Laylat al-Qadr or the last 10 nights? Dua is accepted. إذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعان. So anywhere, any place, anytime. If you sincere, you ask Allah, He gives you the dua. Who said that only Ramadan we give sadaqah, that only Ramadan we pay sadaqah and read the Quran? Who said that? The Sahaba did not do that. They did extra in Ramadan, but they did not stop. After Ramadan, they continued doing as much as they could. And if you and I realize that this dunya is not staying and get our priorities straight, then we're not going to let go of that level of iman that we've accomplished in our hearts, that Allah Ta'ala has helped us and planted in our hearts during Ramadan for the good deeds we did in Ramadan. Don't let go of it. Grow it, nourish it, water it, expose it to the sun, to the iman, to the taqwa, to the Quran. Do 2 rak'ahs every night. You did 15, 17, some did 20 some, our Hanafi brothers. But you don't know nothing after Ramadan, do a couple after Isha or before Fajr. Don't miss your prayer. Don't let your prayers go and you're sitting there knowing that the time is going back and you miss the prayers. Don't do that. Haram. It's very haram to sit and get busy doing something else and the time is running and you know that Dhuhr is running out of time and you're going to miss it and you don't get up to do it. That's very haram. It's a big sin. Some of the ulama compared that sin to drinking alcohol or even zina. To sit there watching the salah going by you intentionally missing it. It's a bad sin. It's haram. Don't do it. Don't miss your salah. Don't abandon your Quran. Don't stop your dhikr. Keep some of Ramadan in your heart until it delivers you to the next Ramadan, inshallah. May Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala extend all our lives and give us the strength and the power and the ability and the motivation to stay abid lillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala, to worship him the way he ought to be worshipped, to worship him to the level that saves us from hellfire. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala give us the husn al-khatimah. نسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يجعل خير أعمارنا آخرها وخير أعمالنا خواتيمها وخير أيامنا يوم نلقاه. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا واقبلنا. ربنا اجبرنا وانصرنا واسترنا. اللهم قربنا وثبتنا وثقل موازيننا. ربنا حقق إيماننا وارفع درجاتنا ونور وجوهنا. اللهم ادخلنا الجنة وأجرنا من النار. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. فستذكرون ما أقول لكم وأفوض أمري إلى الله. إن الله بصير بالعباد. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
استووا واستقيموا يرحمكم الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما أخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان الله. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية؟ وجوه يومئذ خاشعة، عاملة ناصبة، تصلى نارا حامية، تسقى من عين آنية، ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع، لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع. وجوه يومئذ ناعمة، لسعيها راضية، في جنة عالية، لا تسمع فيها لاغية، فيها عين جارية، فيها سرر مرفوعة، وأكواب موضوعة، ونمارق مصفوفة، وزرابي مبثوثة. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت، وإلى السماء كيف رفعت، وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت، وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت. فذكر إنما أنت مذكر، لست عليهم بمسيطر، إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر. إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. جمعة مباركة وتقبل الله منكم. جزاكم الله خير for all your donations, and as always, please continue to support the mosque. We rely heavily on your donations. And second announcement, inshallah, tomorrow we'll have Eid celebration at the Deber Park, which is about 3 minutes from here, behind the Irish Club, if you are familiar with the Irish Club. Okay. And so inshallah, please do your best to bring your kids. And the entire goal is to really cherish this opportunity in this holiday for the kids. And I also want to give you an advice to please celebrate this opportunity with your kids. As you know, وَمَنْ يُعَدِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. So we only have 2 holidays. So they need to know that just like there is Christmas, whatever else, we have our holidays. So make sure to take them to do fun things with them, buy them gifts, and name it like this is for the holidays, so they know that we have holidays, that we celebrate them. And kids do remember this. And please try to bring them tomorrow. We're happy to see you all, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Yeah, thank you. 1 to 6. That's very important. Tomorrow, 1 to 6 p.m., inshallah. Yes, at Dever Park. Someone forgot his wallet. If you recognize this wallet, or I don't know if it's from the earlier prayer, but if you know, if you heard, if anyone forgot his wallet, we have it.
Has no money, it's mine.
Well, I mean, there is ID.
If there's no money, it's
Some
not
cash, I'm gonna donate it to the mosque, and some credit card, I'm gonna pay my bills. I think he has everything.
He has a license plate.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
That's
Oh, good.
It's running late for Juma. So
all right. I'm just wondering why would anybody in the mosque be familiar with the Irish code?
Some people go there every